Pilgrims who in recent decades have come to the Holy Land to retrace the footsteps of Jesus and visit the places where Jesus Christ lived the mysteries of his earthly life have the grace to be able to touch with their hands and to be able to celebrate in the very places where Jesus lived them.
Un pellegrinaggio tradizionale parte dalla Galilea.
The pilgrims then leave Galilee and descend toward Judea, crossing the Jordan Valley, and arrive at the site where Jesus was baptized with John. They renew their baptismal promises. Then on to celebrate the Eucharist, they enter Jericho, going to the Sanctuary of the Good Shepherd, the Franciscan parish of Jericho that remembers all the steps of Jesus, the healing of the blind man, Zacchaeus.
Incontra nuovamente i suoi discepoli e assegna a Pietro il ministero di pascere la sua Chiesa.
A climb up Mount Tabor to experience the transfiguration of Jesus, enjoy the beautiful view, and see the plain of Galilee and the surrounding borders. Visit Cana, where you can renew your marriage vows. Here Jesus sanctifies Christian marriage with the first miracle that turned water into wine.
I pellegrini poi lasciano la Galilea e scendono verso.
The pilgrims then leave Galilee and descend towards Judea, crossing the Jordan Valley, and arrive at the site where Jesus was baptized by John. They renew their baptismal promises. Then on to celebrate the Eucharist, they enter Jericho, going on to the Sanctuary of the Good Shepherd, the Franciscan parish of Jericho that remembers all the steps of Jesus, the healing of the blind man, Zacchaeus. Passing through Bethany, the house of friendship, and the site of the tomb of his friend Lazarus, then to the shrine of Bethphage that remembers the spot where Jesus climbs on the donkey and proceeds to enter Jerusalem, finding yourself on the Mount of Olives and the sanctuary of Dominus Flevit, from where you can see the most beautiful panorama of Jerusalem, the same view that overwhelmed Jesus and made him weep.
Ma un pianto ben più amaro attende Gesù.
However, further agony awaits Jesus a few hundred meters lower, in the sanctuary of Gethsemane that includes both the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus withdrew to the side to pray with Peter, James and John, the same brethren who had accompanied him onto the mountain of the Transfiguration, and the rock upon which alone he will weep tears of blood and abandon himself to the will of his Father, to the kiss of the traitor, and to the will of men, who will bring him to the flagellation the next day and sentence him to be crucified.
E lo porteranno il giorno dopo alla flagellazione e a caricarlo della croce.
The flagellation and the moment in which Jesus is sentenced to be crucified are remembered in two distinct sanctuaries, from which the pilgrims can follow the footsteps of Jesus through the whole painful route, finally reaching Mount Calvary, where Jesus fulfills his mission of the salvation of man. Then going on to Bethlehem to admire the grotto of St. Jerome, the cave of the shepherds, which recalls a tent to which the angels went announcing the birth of Jesus, or reach the place of the visitation of Ain Karim. So what's the point of retracing all these sanctuaries?
Tutti questi santuari.
In all these sanctuaries, pilgrims can experience and relive the mysteries of Jesus thanks to the architect Barluzzi.